Pre-construction condo buyers are failing to close up to 30%. Myth number one, that people get a lower interest rate if they put a less down payment. Let's look at what's actually happening in the real estate market from my experience from being on the ground and talking to clients, and let's go bust some of those myths. Come on. The more down payment you put down, the better it is for you. Why? Because you pay less CMHC fees. CMHC allows first-time home buyers or any buyer that doesn't have more than 20% down to enter the real estate market. So if you don't have 20% down, let's say you only have 5 or 10% down, use this program and get into the real estate market. But if you have 20% and more, put your down payment and don't pay CMHC fees. CMHC fee charges are from 0.6% up to 4.5%. So why would you want to pay more when you have more down payment? And the interest rate that you're going to get from the bank is not based on your down payment solely. No, you're going to get assessed based on a lot of criteria. Some of them are good credit, employment, and down payment, plus debt, carrying cost, and any additional requirements that they're looking at. So when a mortgage agent is telling you that if you put less down payment and you get a less interest rate, it's a myth. Do not listen to that. Do your math. What makes sense is for you to put a higher down payment if you have it. Don't pay the CMHC insurance loan, and then the banks are going to qualify you based on those factors that I just mentioned. So the math doesn't make sense. So if a mortgage agent or anybody out there is telling you that you get a lower interest rates because you're paying CMHC insurance, I would suggest to just read the facts, get more information, and go to professionals that are going to allow you to see both pictures with less down payment and more down payment and see what makes sense for you. Myth number 2, pre-construction condo buyers are failing to close up to 30%. Being in the pre-construction industry since 2009 and selling pre-construction condos around 500 units year after year, I can tell you that this is a huge lie. All of our clients are closing. Why? Because we educate them. We recommend which project makes sense. We educate them from beginning to end. They know exactly what they're getting into. After selling pre-construction condos for 15 years, I can count with one hand how many of those clients are not closing in 2025. And those clients that are not closing in 2025 is because they had something happening in their life. Maybe they lost their job, or they're relocated, or they got married. The condo that they bought is not big enough, so they need a bigger unit, meaning that they're actually not closing because something happened in their life, not because they can't close, they don't want to close, and they're speculators. So the myth out there that 30% of pre-construction buyers are not closing, I can tell you that is far from the truth. This 30% of investors not able to close right now, that's all over the news. I can tell you these are speculators or investors that bought into it because they thought they were able to sell it before it's completed. They didn't invest in the long term. Or they had agents that said to them, hey, put 15% down, don't close. You'll be able to sell it before it's completed and be able to make $200,000. I see it happening, but in my experience with my team, it is not happening. Myth number 3, the market is dead. What are people saying out there? There's a lot of inventory, there are no buyers, and the market is just gonna keep crashing, coming down in pricing. I can tell you that right now we have a lot of inventory, and the reason why is because of the condos that we sold in pre-construction back in 2020, 2021 are now getting delivered in 2024 and 2025, which is now making the inventory high. And that is normal. When we finish a condo building, it takes 3 months to 6 months for all these rental units to get leased. It takes 3 months to 9 months for these units that were put up for sale to get absorbed. So right now, yes, we have about 34,000, 35,000 units coming onto the market. Yes, the market is flooded because of all the pre-construction we sold in the past, and now it's getting delivered. But now this is going to take 3 months, 6 months to get absorbed. Once that is clear, 9 months, a year from now, there isn't going to be any units. So when I tell everybody that this is the opportunity for first-time home buyers to buy right now, believe you me, it is. Because right now, you have the opportunity to go in and see which condo makes sense for you. You have a lot of choices out there. Number two, you get to negotiate now because you are in a buyer's market. And number three, you get a lot of incentives. Now you get to put in conditions like inspection, financing, and get a better pricing, as opposed to in 2020, 2021, where you couldn't even put any conditions and you needed to go firm in an offer and buy without any conditions. So right now, what we're seeing in the market, it's normal because of all the deliveries we are delivering right now from the pre-construction market. But once this year goes by and we're not selling, which means we are not going to be building, come 2026, 2027, we're going to deliver half. And then in 2028, 2029, there will be no more homes. So right now is the opportunity to invest. Do not listen to the news. The news will always be there. They're always spreading fear, confusion, and uncertainty. But the only person that can create certainty and security is you, and that time is now. Also, the government is shifting from condos to rentals, which for the next 2-3 years, we will be delivering less condos and more rentals, which will make it more difficult for first-time home buyers or for anybody looking to own a home to become homeowners, because there won't be a lot of choices, a lot of options, since everything's getting converted to rentals. If you're thinking of buying, if you're thinking of becoming a homeowner, today is the right time. The news will always be there. The news will always be spreading all this negativity. Our homes, yes, right now they've come down, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now, our homes will always be needed and will always be appreciating. Don't think short term. Don't think about just today, because today will not matter tomorrow. What you gotta think about is not only just today, but tomorrow. Remember to subscribe and to visit us at gta-homes.com.